What's going on, y'all? How everybody doing today? Welcome to another exciting episode of One on One Talk. Still ain't came up with another name for you, but I'm working on it. I was sent the topic today, and by the way, thank y'all for y'all topics. I appreciate y'all for sending them out like that because I didn't know it was gonna be like this, but that's a good thing. So I appreciate everybody that sends me topics or put them on my page or whatever. I appreciate that, and thank you from the bottom of my heart. So I was sent the topic today about well, the topic was people, in other words, claiming what they're not. They take credit for things they're not. And so I came up with the title. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna call it false advertisement. And reason why I call it false advertisement is because commercials aren't the only thing, and car lots and when you ban stuff, that's not the only thing that serves a purpose for false advertisement. So false advertisement can actually go for life situations or things that people say and people do. So, let's see. False advertisement can be anything. It can be relationships. It could be job based. It could be friend based. It could be any type of base when you're talking about a human or going toward talking toward a human. So, oh wow, false advertisements can be all types of things. It can be catfishing. You know, somebody send you a pic and that person don't even look like the pic, or somebody you see somebody's page, male or female, Facebook pages, Instagram, whatever, and they don't even look like the picture. That's false advertisement. You're selling a false advertisement, whether we like it or not. It's false advertisement, and the way the world is now, it's set up that it's okay to do it. It's okay. I'm not talking about the photos and the filters with the rabbits and stuff like that, or that everybody know that can't be done. But you know the clear faces, and if you got bad skin, and damn it, you just got bad skin. I'm not saying being a part of that situation is bad, but if you're out looking for somebody on a date or whatever, and they looking at your pictures, they like, man, she fine, or this guy's handsome as hell, and then when they see you and you don't look nothing like the picture, that's false advertisement. So you can't get mad at somebody for being mad because you don't look like a centerfold. You look like just a regular person. So that's false advertisement. So false advertisement can be a lot of things. It can be in the ways of relationships, telling people what you got and what you can do, and you don't even have that stuff. That's it's false advertising is like a sense of lying. Well, a lot of guys stunt. Well, that it's a different word for it now, but y'all know what I'm talking about. A lot of people stunt, and it wow. I'm sorry, I had to check something. A lot of people stunt in front about they got this and they got that, and I take care of you, girl. You ain't got to worry about this, and I pay all your bills, and you pretty much telling people a dream, and when you get that person, they like, dude, you ain't doing nothing you said you was gonna do. Man, man, really, man, putting socks, man, putting socks in their pants. Okay, I've never heard that. I only seen that on like pranks and stuff. But if they do, that's still false. That's still false advertisement. But anyway, false advertisement can be a lot of things. It can be broken promises because we all been in relationships. Well, I ain't gonna say all of us been in relationships. We know people that promise people the world and don't give it. And of course, we can't give people the world, but you're selling them wolf tickets. You're selling them a dream. I'll take care of you, and like I said earlier, I'll buy you this, I'll buy you that, and flaunting their money out, and that's not money on a regular basis for you. You probably just got paid or got your taxes. That's false advertisement. And just telling people altogether you love them and you don't mean it, that's false advertisement. And everybody's guilty for doing that. I don't care if you're black or white, male or female, everybody's guilty for doing it. So we live in a society where stuff like this, it's not frowned upon. It's just pretty much basic. It's the norm now. So there you go. That's what I was trying to say. It's the norm. So everybody sell each other dreams. Everybody sell each other wolf tickets. You know, um, making your face up, and you really don't look like that under your makeup. If you're going on a date or you're trying to impress somebody, it's okay to put a little makeup on, but sometimes go out with just a bare face so people can see what you really look like. You'd be surprised how many people in this world don't look like their pictures. I know a lot of them. Y'all know a lot of them. And men, it's the same thing for women. It's pretty much the same thing for men. You know, men going getting fake beards. Why would you want to get a fake beard if your beard don't grow like that? It just don't grow like that. There's nothing you can do about that. It's in the genes. They're getting fake beards. Guys is putting patches on their heads so look like they got like braids or perfect haircuts. That's false advertisement. That's not what you are. False advertisement pretty much is showing somebody something you're not and trying to get people to believe that's you, that's your image, that's what you are, but it's not you. It's not none of us. And you can't get mad if somebody catch you up on it. You know, you can't get mad. You're like, man, have anybody ever walked down the street and you looked at somebody and you know that's the person, but you look like, man, is that what happened? But on a pictures or something like that, they beautiful. The guys are handsome, the girls are beautiful, and that's not even them. Then the sisters, they go out and get these implants. That's false advertising because you're not supposed to look like. Put it this way: if you're going to get body parts for your body, that's man and woman. If you're going to get body parts for your body, you're adding on something that's not supposed to be on your body. All of us got, all the men has penises, women has vaginas and booty. We all got the same thing. Well, in those two different directions. I ain't talking about, you know what I'm saying. But women go get BBLs and breast boob jobs, and it just don't make sense. And they like sticking way out here, and you can pluck somebody freaking out. And the minute somebody say something to you, you want to, you know what? Hey, you got to respect me. No, you didn't respect yourself because you took one of God's creations and you messed it up. That's the biggest mistake anybody can ever do. I saw where man sued a woman. Yeah, I think I heard about that. I think if that's the one you're talking about. She didn't appeal to what she was. Yeah. So all in these this what they call it, the nip tuck stuff. That stuff is $1 billion profit now because people get it the expensive way, and then you got the cheap way. And the cheap way, the stuff explodes. Your booty look like Swiss cheese and cottage cheese. Now you mad. All you have to do is leave it alone. You wanna you wanna sell somebody a dream so bad that you'll risk your own life to make somebody else happy. Why? In the long run, guess what? All of us got to get old. That stuff, everything wears out. You got to keep going getting shots and whatever they call it stuff. I don't know what it is, but that's what you call false advertising. You're selling a dream that's not supposed to be real. If you don't got it, you just don't got it. If you don't have a model body, what they would just call the Coca-Cola glass body, and you don't look like a 10, well, you just don't look like a 10. Everybody is not here to be beautiful. You got ugly people, you got handsome people. That's just how it goes in this world. So everybody wants to be tens, and all the men wants to be handsome and fine as hell. But no, we're not. So just be yourself. All you can do is be yourself, and that goes for me. That goes for anybody. Just be yourself. Nobody wants the reality. What's going on, E? Nobody wants the reality of what we are. But we will take a dream that can't come true and make it reality. Look how many people walking around here with fake body parts, man. It's ridiculous. And the funny part of it is, the funny part of it is, they getting this stuff way too big. You see sisters walking down the street. They show the TikTok videos. They booties be bigger than this freaking bookshelf I got right here, and they just walking. That's not even how you look. What happens when you get older and the doctor tell you, well, you're gonna have some problems with this. You're gonna have some problems or anything. Same thing with men. You don't need to run and try to get into your head and be like, well, you know what, man, I gotta get my penis enlarged. For what? For what? It's I mean, I know it sounds funny, but they sold us this dream that it's okay to enhance ourselves. No, it's not okay to enhance yourself. The only enhancement you need on life is the things that you really need to get through life, like eyeglasses, Uh, if you're in a wheelchair, stuff like that, a necessity. This stuff isn't a necessity. It's nonsense. And when the person sent me this message, I looked at the message. I'm like, wow, you know what? It is pretty much deeper than what we think it is. You got people that don't even look like people anymore. It's false advertisement. You make people you guys make women fall for them, or they selling them a dream, and when they get together or something like that for some months or years, they beat the crap out of them. That's false advertising because you sold them a dream that you was a nice guy. You're not a nice guy. You're going out beating her butt. Same thing with the guys. Same thing with the women. They start off good, but next thing you know, your money is disappearing out your account, or they doing stuff they don't supposed to do. But that's why people say, you know what? When we first got together, you wasn't like that. It's not the fact that they wasn't like that. They was always like that, but they just had to paint a picture to show you the good side of them. So when you get in, then hey, guess what? All hell breaks loose. All hell breaks loose. So we all live a dream that can't come true. You know, having a good job, that's even false advertisement because all of us, I'm not saying it's not good to work, but we got this idea in our head. Some of us said, I'm gonna get this job, I'm gonna save money, I'm about this, I'm about that. But when them bills get to rolling in, you be like, dang, I hate my job. Or I want a new job. It's false advertisement. It's not our fault. It's just how the system is. It's just how the system is. There's nothing wrong with working. There's nothing wrong with paying your bills. Please don't get that twisted. It's really not. It's not at all because you got to pay your bills to eat. You don't work, you don't eat. That's just the law of the land. Everything is an illusion in the world, and they got it. They got it so bad that we constantly keep this image in our head, this photographic memory of something. And what do we say? Oh, I gotta get it. I gotta get this boob job, or I gotta get this enhancement. I gotta get this fake beard, these fake braids, because if I don't fit in with society. You'll never fit in with society. None of us will, because the minute you get together, get your life together, and fit it in with society, society has been changed just that fast. Now you got to do something else to keep up with that. So just pump your brakes, think for a minute, you know, and live life the best way you can. That's all you can. That's all you can do. That's all any of us can do. Don't let don't let this modern day society rule you. Marriage is advertised false. Yes, marriage is advertised falsely because I said that earlier. You probably wasn't on. You probably I don't know, but I said that earlier. Marriage, relationships, all that's false advertisement. Well, I'm not saying it's false advertisement in the meaning of it's all bad. No, there's good people still out here in this world, but majority of the people will sell you a dream. You know, the honeymoon, the guy picks you up, sweep you off your feet, y'all dating, y'all. It's just beautiful. Rainbows, the clouds is puffy, birds and unicorns is flying around. But when the crap hits the fan, there you go. Then you automatically in your eyes see day turn to night in a matter of time, a matter of days. In this day and age, people don't even wait no more. They just show you their true colors, bam, right there. So when you get married, guess what? I want a divorce. False advertising. Because when you marry somebody, you have to stay with that person, regardless what this world say, regardless what your friends say, regardless what your mama say. You stay with him because if you marry somebody, and I want to be clear on this, if you marry somebody and it don't work out in the way you think it don't work out, like finance and stuff like that, and you divorce him or her, that's false advertising because you took that oath to death do you part. You didn't play your part. That's false advertisement. You told a lie. But a lot of people would never look at it like that. They would never look at it like that. Oh well, hey, guess what? They get a divorce. Well, maybe something didn't go right. You'd be surprised how many people that's in marriages or got married and got a divorce over things that didn't go right that actually were doing good. You'd be surprised. My dad said he loved you. What? Oh, hey, of course, Mister Pops. That's what I was calling him, Mister Pops. Thank you, appreciate it. But yeah, I mean, sometimes false advertisement can get people killed, man. All this stuff is in one big pot, you know, and you stir it and you stir it till it thickens and turns smooth. People will believe a lie before they believe the truth. Yeah, I got this, I got that, I got all these cars, girl. You need to be with me. I can take care of you. And you get this woman and you treat her like dirt. You treat her like dirt. Well, I ain't, look, man, both of us live in this house. You got to pay the bills. If I don't pay these bills, or you don't help me pay these bills, the light's getting cut off. Who wants to sit in the dark? But you told me that you would take care of me and help me through this stuff. Yeah, I did, but man, look, I ain't got time for this. That was false advertisement. And he have the money or she have the money to help you. That's false advertisement because once again, you sold them a dream. All of us been sold a dream. All of us, from me to you, all of us. We all been in relationships that we thought would work but didn't work. False advertisement because it always looked good on the other side of the fence. It always looked good on the other side of the fence. You're looking over the fence like, man, that's some beautiful grass in the house. And when you get over there and you walk in the grass, there's a bunch of snakes in the grass. The inside of the house is all tore up. False advertisement. So it's just, it's just crazy how life is, and the way they sell these images of things that's beauty and it's really not beauty. I mean, I'm not an old guy, but I never thought I'd see the day where my sisters, my black sisters, and my black brothers will go crazy over stuff that can enhance their beauty and it don't even belong to them. Y'all didn't make it. Of course, it belongs to you if you buy it, but you don't need that stuff. You know, the sisters wear weave in their head to all their edges are burned or they got little insects and stuff living in their head. You don't need it because it's false advertisement. If I put this on, I'ma look good. Somebody gonna want me. You'd be surprised how many women can go out there without makeup, without nothing, no body, no extra body parts, and pull men. You'd be surprised because they sold us the dream that you get a big butt, you get big breasts, men will like you. Well, men are finally speaking up and coming out and saying, guess what? We don't even like that stuff. Y'all think we do because it was false advertisement. You see it all on billboards and stuff. We walk past the billboards and they got the woman showing the Victoria's Secret panties and stuff. You like, man, that'll look good on me. Okay, it might do look good on you, but everything that's good for you, everything that's good to you isn't good for you. It's not. The world always been an illusion. It always been. And but yet I still see more people falling for the hype, falling for false advertising. That's not just with words or work. Somebody can promise you something and don't fulfill on it. That's false advertisement. How many times in relationships we promise each other the world? First of all, we can't give anybody the world because the world isn't ours to give. I mean, I know it's just a saying, but it's false advertisement everywhere you go. And we get so mixed up in this world in this day and age that we have to keep up with the Joneses. We have to. And it's bad that it's like that now. It's just so bad. So either we gonna come up out of this with our heads up, or we gonna come out of it with our heads down. So it's a given. We're gonna always have a choice. You know, we always gonna have a choice. Malito, what's going on? Yes, if a man marries a woman by law, bound by law, he's supposed to take care of that woman in the family. Just hands down. I'm not saying he's supposed to feel like no, he's supposed to. But if he marry a woman, he don't take care of her and give her kids, don't take care of the kids, kids or no kids. He sold her a dream, and then when the stuff fall out, he don't want to do nothing. He don't want to play the role as a man. That's false advertisement also because he promised you something that's not going through. He sold you what he wanted to see you to get with you. So it's all pretty much false advertisement, no matter how we look at it. Same thing with a man, same thing with a woman. I said that example earlier about women doing it. So, hey, you're the only one I'm sleeping with, or I ain't messing with nobody else. Yeah, it sounds good on paper. It's gonna always sound good on paper, but guess what? When you find out, that's false advertisement. She lied, he lied. So it's all around us. False advertisement is all around us. No matter what we do, no matter what we say, we cannot escape it. Some of us will wake up and say, you know what, this ain't the way it's supposed to be. Some of us gonna die. being what we are. That's why the world is so messed up now. That's why some things isn't what some things isn't what it seems. That's why women aren't scared to take their clothes off and make videos of them twerking and showing their body parts. The world is messed up. It's false advertisement, and they don't even look like that in real life. They don't. So it's all around the board. All around the board. Men do it. Women do it. I can't just throw it off on the sisters because the brothers do it too. They going and buy hair pieces. What kind of man would go buy a freaking hair piece? I can see if it was a toupee. Toupee's been in the game for years. But come on, man. I seen videos when this guy was um gluing a beard onto this other man. It was so perfect. And if you didn't see the video, you thought it was his. Because people want to keep up with the Joneses. That's all it is. That's all it ever will be. If he got it, I want it. If he got his and he getting all the attention, now I want it. Now I want to get all the attention. That's all it is. But when that person get to know you for a couple of weeks or months, and you peeling beards off or taking your hair, taking the wigs and the weave off, and your hair short as mine, you can't get mad at that man for walking out the door. Just like she can't get mad, he can't get mad if he leave, and you can't get mad if she leave. You can't because yo, what? Guess what? I don't even know who you is. You come home from work and she in there cooking, and she walk out the kitchen. You probably go grab a gun like, man, who the hell broke in my house? Who are you? It's false advertising. It's a dream because, like I said earlier, if you're going to meet somebody, it's okay to wear makeup, to do what you want to do. It don't matter. I don't care. I don't care about that. But give people the benefit of the doubt to see who you really are. All your pictures on Instagram, whatever, their pictures, you look like a model. You're drop dead gorgeous. There's nothing wrong with you until he come over to the house. You get comfortable with him enough for him to come over to the house, and you start taking off parts. You take your hair out. You take your lashes off. You take the contacts out your eyes. You the waist trainer. You take all that stuff off, and he like, hmm, okay. I have no idea who this person is. And how you gonna get mad at him? Well, accept me for what I am. I can't accept you for what you are because I don't know what you are. I don't know. I really don't know. You know, men, the same thing. Men like to brag on they. I know it sounds funny, but you know they penis. Say, well, I'm a this, I'm a bull or something like that. But when you get the girl, she looking, pointing, laughing at you. Now you feel stupid because you did false advertisement. You just should have been the man and said, you know what? Hey, I got what I got. That's all I can do is use what I got. But you want to be cock of the freaking walk, you know, and that stuff. Them is all false advertisement. Everything we do, pretty much, not everything, pretty much everything we do is a false advertisement, false pretense behind it. Anything. It's just how it goes. It's the same thing with the military. They show you all these beautiful commercials about this and that, but they show you the good parts of war. Yeah, you know, you go to war. They hit they you. I mean, not go to war. Go to the army and stuff, and you see them building homes and helping people and feeding little people and flying the jets, and that's beauty. But they don't show you the other part when it's time to go fight and people are getting blown apart and people eyes and stuff. They don't show you that. False advertisement. I mean, sure, we all know what happens in war, but if you want somebody to join the army, show them the whole thing. This is what we do. This is also what we do, and this is what can happen. No matter how much training we give you, there's a chance you still can get killed. Because I don't care how much training you are, I don't care how much training they give you can't block a bullet. None of us can. It's all false advertising. We just see the beauty of it. But we have to take the bad with the good. No matter what we do, we have to take the bad with the good. Yeah, come join the army. Come join the Navy, Air Force, Marines. Beautiful, but yeah, but they don't show you the power when they shooting them freaking rockets and the rocket is hitting the plane. The plane coming down and you burning up. They don't show you stuff like that because they want to show you the beauty, and that's what happens in life. We show people the beauty of things, how it can be. But what about the long run? What about the long run? What about it When it gets bad, will you still be here? When I lose my job, will you still be here? If we got to eat sardines and crackers out of a can, will you still be here? They will say that when you're courting and dating. Oh yeah, I will never leave you. I do this. Hey, you go down with the ship, I go down with the ship. The ship go down, they on the rafter. You left with the ship. False advertising because we sell each other a dream. And it's not even all about the marriage situation. It's about boyfriend and girlfriend too. Boyfriend and girlfriend too. So it's not just husband and wives. It's pretty much across the whole board. So we gotta we now not it's not we have we gotta we need to wake up because there is a real world out there, and if you're not ready for it, it'll eat you alive. Because that's what mom and pops used to say: the world don't owe us nothing. It don't owe us nothing, but it guarantees us a coffin, and you will get buried. That's all you're gonna get out the world. So we have to stop living these lies that life is going to be better if I find the right person or if I get the right job. No, life was never about being better about that. Some people to this day think we got grown women and grown men to this day, 2023, from back in the 70s when I was a shorty to now, still think to this day that some man is gonna come scoop them up with on a white horse, a knight in shining armor, and they're gonna take you to this White House with the picket fence. That stuff is only in the movies. It's only in the movies. That's why people be single for so long because they waiting on Mr. Right. There's no Mr. Right. We all human. Ain't none of us down here got it right. Oh, I'm waiting on Mr. Right. Nope. You guess what? You'll be waiting. So if you don't get Mr. Right, Mr. Wrong is coming, and you're gonna think that's Mr. Right till he put his hands on you, until he uh molest your kids, or until he do something that's way out of pocket. But guess what? You picked him. You picked that Mr. Right. So if it don't work out, ain't nobody to blame but you. Well, I thought he was this. There's always signs of a serial killer. Remember that. And I'm not saying somebody's going to kill somebody, but long story short, there's always signs of a serial killer. People give off signs if you watch closely. All you got to do, sit back and watch people. That sign is going to hit that like just like a ton of freaking bricks. Like, oh well, you know what? He is crazy, or she is crazy. Remember the story I told y'all about? Well, it wasn't a story. It was a comment about a woman dates a man, and it starts off good. He does everything for her. He treated her like a queen. I mean, just beautiful. And he's talking to her, and y'all get into a heated debate, and he be like, "Shut up before I hit you." Best believe that man had cracked somebody's head before he got with you. And when he hit you, the signs were already there. They was right there in your face. Keep talking, I'ma slap you. Or once again, shut up before I hit you. Say something else, I'ma knock you out. And you keep talking, and he pop hit you in your face and swole your jaw up or your eye hanging down by your nipples. Then you gonna wish you listen. There's always signs. Everything we do in this world, it leaves a sign. Either we gonna do it today, we gonna do it tomorrow. There's traits. Like in the movie, people, I didn't know he just snapped. No, he didn't just snap. It was something he didn't show you. Either we gonna see the sign or we're not. It's something he didn't show you. It's something she didn't show you. You got all these sisters that's going crazy. There's a reason for. Believe me when I say this, people. There's a reason for everything we do in this world because God don't make mistakes. All these women going out here, all these women sleeping with all these different men, unprotected, and they crazy. They act crazy because women, sex, and feelings, they all go in the same boat. Yes, if a woman keep having sex with a man on a regular basis, she's going to fall in love with that man. I don't care what you think. It's going to happen. It's been going on like that ever since one of my favorite sins, God talked to Moses. You meet a woman, she might like you, you may like her. She might like you a little bit stronger. Okay, no problem, fine. The minute y'all spending time, that's another level of her liking you. You respected her. That's another level. You respect her to the highest. I mean, to the highest of highest. The minute y'all sleep together, then it's up here. She already like you. You're giving her what she want. Now she's in love with you. That's just how it go. Men don't fall in love. Well, I'm not gonna say. Well, there's an exception to the rule. There's a percentage that do. Men don't fall in love with women over sex as much as women fall in love with men over sex. They don't, because a man can go out and have to sleep with five, six women and won't even give a damn. A woman can't do that. I don't care if they tough as nails. They're lying. Or I can do this. I can do that. No, she's gonna fall for one of them dudes, whether we like it or not. She's gonna fall for him, and the one she fall for is the one everybody gonna see her with all the time. I've seen it with my own eyes. I've done it a whole bunch of times, and I'm not trying to brag. It always start off as, you know what? Hey, we just gonna keep it casual sex. I'm not talking about me now. I'm just saying, an example. We gonna keep it casual sex. Okay, fine, no problem. You getting what you want. I'm getting what I want. We spending time. We enjoy ourselves. Believe me, she's gonna get feelings for you. She might not show it, but if, like I said before, if you study her pattern, she's gonna get feelings for you. Because here's a perfect example. She know what you do. You know what she do. Y'all do y'all thing, whatever. You spend time, like I said. When it first start off, well, like, I'm out of here. Okay, well, I'll talk to you later. Okay, I'll talk to you later. Okay, I'll talk to you later. Then go on for a while, probably months, probably a year. Man, or this other girl called me. She tripping. Y'all can talk like that. Oh man, she crazy, such. And one day, pam, out the blue, you gonna strike up a conversation. Man, look, I was on my way over here, and a girl was just looking at me. Man, she was trying to holler at me. First thing she gonna say is, "Did you holler back at her?" Those are feelings kicking in. You be like, "What? No, I ain't even on that." Yeah, whatever. Sure, you didn't. That's how stuff starts. That's exactly how it starts. When they get to asking questions like that they didn't ask at first, they're starting to have feelings for you. Or sometimes they come in the door with the feelings. You can't. The thing about feelings, you can't turn them off and on. You can't. I don't care what nobody say. If you have if you have sex with a man and the man leaves you and you loved him, them feelings ain't going nowhere. They're not off. They're not completely off. Like, huh, psh, whatever. Let that man clean up his act. Start raising his kids right. Coming to get the kids every other weekend or every weekend. Bam, giving you money out of his pocket, like whoop, wop, bam. Here you go, bam. This for the kids. Here go a little something for yourself too, cause you are the child's mother. Bam. And that man call you and be like, you know what? What you doing? I ain't doing nothing. You want to go out? Yep. Because you starting to see the man you wanted him to be. That's for anybody. So that's why when a lot of women have kids and they say, oh, man, me and the baby daddy, I can't stand him. They're lying. I don't care what woman say that, they're lying. Because once again, God don't make mistakes. Now, can you not be with him? Sure, that's not a problem. He can go his way. You can go your way. That's fine. That's not a problem. But let that man start spending time with you. Let you see, and he make sure you see him making a difference in his kid's life, and you see he's mature. Oh yeah, it's going down, whether we like it or not. But see, with men is a little different. So I'm not saying that men don't fall in love with women that they sleep with. But yeah, it happens sometimes, but not as often. It don't happen. It's not an everyday basis thing. And it's not the man's fault that a woman fall in love. It's not a man's fault. I know we were taught that. We were taught that. Well, you did this. You showed me false advertisers. I was saying earlier. You did this. You told me you'd be there for me. You played with my mind. No, baby. You 47. I'm 48. Or I'm 38. You 37. I can't play with your man. You're a grown woman. You know what you was getting yourself into. You knew this. You see it right there before your eyes. And you go, you know what? This guy talked to all these women. As the woman say, their favorite word is flirtatious, and you really don't be flirtatious. But this and that, there you go. She like if she likes you, she like you. I would never say anything wrong about a woman liking a man. I would never. I don't care what the situation is. If she like you, she just like you. There's nothing nobody can do about that. But don't be a fool. Same thing with a man. Don't be a fool. It all goes it all goes back to false advertising. What I was saying, because we want to live the life of something we're not capable to live the life of. You know. So there you go. That's not just with you, it's with me too. Oh, I hate him, or man, she this, she a hoe, she a thought. If she gave you a chance, you'll do it. Yeah, you'll do it. Let's just be honest. Not too many men, and your kid's mother, she's beautiful. I mean, beautiful. She pick up the songs of the song. She pick up the phone and say, "Well, you know what? Hey, you want to come over for a while? You ain't gonna be like no, and you ain't seeing nobody. No, I'm good, baby. I'm good. You might do that for a couple of times, a couple of, and just keep doing it. But if she keep pushing herself on you and start flirting with you and sending you messages and stuff like that, or you're going over to the house. You're going over to the house. Now, if you're with somebody, I want to be clear about this too. If you're with somebody and you do that, then you're bogus. Hands down, I don't care who you are, man or woman, you're bogus. Because if when a woman have a child by a man, that's the best thing a woman can give a man is a child. It's not a house, it's not a car. Now that man legacy lives on through that child, through that woman. The legacy lives on. And if you have a baby by a man, well, if you have a baby by a man, you have a baby by a man, you're gonna always love that man. You're gonna. I'm not talking about in love. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying in love. You're gonna always love that man, no matter what nobody says. Because if you don't love that man, like I always say, then you're calling God a lie. Because a woman was supposed to only have was supposed to have only one man. That's it. So all this, you're going out there sleeping with 5, 6 men. That's why y'all crazy as hell. That's why y'all crazy. You can't blame it on the man. It was you. You wanted to have sex with him too. So you had sex with him. He get up and leave or play you to the side. You made that mistake. You already knew what he was. You already knew what he was. So what's the song George Michael said? I can't make you. You can't make nobody love you. And that's the problem with black love. We push our love on people, and it's not that they don't deserve it. They just don't want it. Simple. In this life, we are not here to fall in love with everybody we date. We're not. We're not. Some people, you know what, man, I was in love with her. Or I was a girl, I was in love with him. Six, 7 relationships later, girl, I was in love with him. That's too many. That's too many because one, love never dies. It never dies. So people always say, you know what? I felt you can't fall out of love with somebody. It's the fact that you wasn't in love with them enough to keep it going. Now you probably was in love with them. You probably loved them, but you was deeply in love with them. I mean, like deep, unconditional love, and that's my boo, that's my bae. If he go to jail, I'm going to jail too. If he fight the cops, I'm fighting them too. Remember the attic thing I was telling you? If we got to be poor and live in an attic and eat sardines and crackers, both of us going through this, if that man walk out your life, if that woman walk out your life, you will never forget them. You will never forget them. Never. So we can be tough all we want, but we're not as tough as we think we are. Now I'm not saying run, knock on their door and confess your dying love to them. No, I'm not saying that because people move on. People move on. There's a word for it. It's called a soft spot. How many people we know got soft spot for people? It's not the, oh, I got a soft spot for you and you used to date them and y'all just went y'all separate ways or had a bad breakup. That don't mean they don't love you no more. They don't love that don't mean that. It don't. And another thing, if a man and a woman have a child together and this man and woman go their separate ways and you get a new guy, he get a new girl, and that man is living with you and that father want to do something for his kid, that man has nothing to say. Nothing. I've seen it happen too many times. That's why I'm speaking on it. I've seen it happen too many times. Or if he do something for the kid, and y'all out there talking about the kid. I ain't talking about you two, the kid. And he come and give you attitude like what y'all talking about. Oh, you trying to get back with that nigga? Cut him off. Cut him off because that's a toxic man. He know no better. Cut him off quick because it's going to end up bad for you. Because trust issue is a real thing. It's real. And men get jealous too. I'm not going to sit up here and say they don't, because they do. There's a lot of men that killed women, just like there's a lot of women that killed men. The shoe fits. I mean, the door swing both ways. It swings both ways. So get rid of him. Same thing with women. Get rid of her, because I know I've seen a lot of women do this. I've seen it. Or what he coming around for? Guess what? That's my kid's father. He's not coming in the house. He's not laying in my bed. You didn't catch us laying in the bed together. We talking outside. He drops some money off, and we just shoot the breeze about the kid. You could be out there telling him about, your son got a D on his report card, or your daughter failed in art, or something like that. He don't know what's going on. But when you come up the stairs, or when you come up the stairs, he or she, they mad. What was that all about? Y'all was out there talking too long. I've seen it happen. I wouldn't sit up and lie to y'all, because I've seen it happen, and probably a lot of y'all seen it happen. Marcus, what's good, man? So we got to be careful who we date. Once again, false advertisement, because everybody always show you the best part of them when they're dating. They open doors for you and everything, but give it time. Give it time. Then the demons come out. Wow, I didn't know you would be like this. I would never thought in a million years you'd do this. You just didn't know the person, because 9 times out of 10, if you were to talk to people they dated, they would tell you some stories about them too. It ain't always the man's fault. It's not always the man's fault when there's a breakup. What did you do? What did you do? What did you do to lead him to find shelter and comfort in another woman? You probably you probably deprived him from sex. It's all type of things, but some people just don't tell the story right. Yes, men are territorial. Yes, we are. What did you do? Instead of saying what, well, he did this, he did that. Have you ever sat down and thought, like, you know what, man, I probably had something to do with this too. No, most women don't, because women were taught it was always a man's fault. We're not Superman. We're not made of steel. But mothers don't teach their daughters, it may be your fault too if you don't do this right. If you don't love this man, if you holding stuff back from it, if your man or your husband, if he like to have sex with you, give it to him. Just give it to him. Screw it. You know what? You ain't even got to feel like it. But guess what? If you don't, I guarantee you somebody else will. They will. So then guess what? Now you mad because he cheated. But have you ever sat down and thought why he cheated? Oh damn, I didn't do this. I ain't had sex with him in a month. Maybe it is me, but no. No, 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 no. It's gonna always be the blame on the man. It's gonna, oh well, you could have talked to me. Well, baby, guess what? I was talking to you. I told you. Man's not gonna come verbatim and speak like women speak on situations. We just throw it out there like, man, bye bye this, that, and the other. If you missed the sign, well, that's just on you. You missed the sign, you missed the boat. You go out there and cheat, don't get mad at them. Just like, you know what? That was my fault. Learn from your mistakes. Learn from your mistakes. Because if a woman go out there and cheat, they'll tell you why they cheated, and you're not supposed to get mad at them. You're supposed to say, well, damn, baby, you know what? You're right. I dropped the ball. But when we drop the ball, oh my God in heaven, we can't drop the ball. So that's the problem. How would you feel if your boss, you work for 40 hours, or I don't know, 100 hours? I don't care. I'm just making up stuff. And he gave you your check, and you looked at your check, and you only got $300. How would you feel? Your boss played you. Just like that, you played your husband, you played your wife. And it goes for women too. And I mean, I'm sorry, it goes for men too. It goes for men too. They're not, Marcus. Women are not taught accountability to each other. It's not, because it's always our fault. It was always our fault. Even the things we ain't had nothing to do with, it was our fault. But the tables are turning now. Brothers is waking up. Brothers are waking up from left and the right. And now women are sometimes, they like, you know what? Hey, don't throw it out there. Just talk, because it's childish for adults. Can't talk to one another. Oh, I see what you're saying, sweetie. Yeah, okay. You're right. You're absolutely right. You are absolutely right. Talk to them. Nothing gets solved in this world if you don't talk. If you don't talk, nothing gets solved in the world. But there's a limit to that because you can only talk so much. If you don't see a change, yeah, men will slip. We're men. We're gonna slip. But I'm not saying hate that man because believe me when I say this, I don't approve cheating. If you're in a relationship or married, I do not approve cheating. But there are things out there that's way worse than cheating. Believe me. There's things in this world that's way worse than you crying and say, he cheated on me. He could have killed you. Then you wouldn't know if he cheated on you or not. He could have killed you. He could have blacked your eye. There's always something worse than one punishment. It's always something else. So it's false advertising, man. No matter how I say it, it all goes back to false advertising. You were selling a dream. You two start off dating, y'all courting, y'all doing it all. Party almost every night, but when you get together, everything stops. Everything stops. Why is that? Yeah, that's true. Oh yeah, I'll read it. In regards to women accountability, we should do better with telling each other where they're. I'm sorry, when they're wrong. You are absolutely right. You're absolutely right. Even if it hurts, tell the truth. You know what? I did it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry it came out that way. There's no time to be when you're in a relationship. There's no time to be macho man. There's no time to be superwoman. There's no time for that. Well, I would have did this if you wouldn't have slept with that girl 3 years ago. That was 3 years ago. Two wrongs don't make a right. Sit down and ask yourself the problems. Why did you do it? Was it something I did? Now I'm not saying all cases will be like that. Sometimes a guy can just be an idiot. You can treat him great. You not no cheat on him or nothing. He go out there and do it. He's an idiot. He's an idiot, just hands down. But if your plate's not clean, you can't point your fingers at that brother. Just like that brother can't the brother can't point his finger at you. From mother to daughter, wisdom is a huge problem today, which is why relationships are in the condition. Yes, it is, Marcus. Yes, it is. Because, like I said earlier,